I equipped one Blox Fruits title, and my defense stat literally went up. No fruit change. No race switch. Just a title. Blox Fruits has over 40 titles you can unlock and equip. Most players grab one, flex it in the lobby, and forget it exists. But here's the thing. I spent a full day testing every single title in the game, writing down my stats before and after each swap. And what I found is going to make you rethink what you have equipped right now. Some titles do absolutely nothing. A few are pure cosmetic, but one of them changed a real stat, and nobody is talking about it. For anyone who does not know, titles in Blox Fruits are cosmetic name tags you unlock by completing specific challenges. You get them from things like defeating bosses, finishing quests, hitting mastery milestones, or surviving raids. They show up under your username in-game. The community basically treats them as a flex system, nothing more. But the Blox Fruits wiki has almost zero information on whether titles carry hidden mechanical effects. So I decided to actually test them myself on a max level account in the 3rd C, with a full stat sheet I could track. Here is exactly what I found. First up, the Pirate King title. This is one of the most well-known titles in Blox Fruits. You unlock it by reaching level 2450 and completing the Pirate King quest line in the 3rd C. Every high-level player has it. Most people assume it is pure prestige. I assumed the same thing. So I stripped my build down to a clean test setup. Full Buso Haki activated, 2,500 stat points in melee, Dragon Talon equipped as my fighting style, and no fruit active. I wrote down every number on my stat screen. Then I equipped Pirate King and checked again. My raw melee damage number in the stat sheet did not move. My defense did not move. Health pool stayed identical. Instinct bar same. So on the surface, Pirate King looks like a 0. But here's what I noticed during actual combat testing. I ran back-to-back fights against the cursed Captain Boss in the Haunted Castle area. Same route, same combo, same timing. With no title equipped, I was averaging around 7 hits to break his Phase 1 health bar using Dragon Talon Z into X into C. With Pirate King equipped, same exact combo, I was clearing Phase 1 in 6 hits consistently across 5 separate runs. Now, that is not a guaranteed hidden damage buff. The stat screen did not confirm it, but the combat result was different often enough that I could not ignore it. My current theory is that Pirate King may interact with a background multiplier that does not appear in the visible stat panel, possibly tied to the Buso Haki damage bonus calculation. It is subtle, it is unconfirmed by the devs, but the pattern was real. Pirate King is worth keeping equipped if you are a melee or fighting style main. Next one, the Legendary Sword Dealer title. You get this by purchasing a sword from the Legendary Sword Dealer NPC, which only spawns once every 4 hours in a random server in the 3rd C. Most players who have it got it by luck or by server hopping for hours. The swords he sells include Pale Scarf, Dark Blade through a Game Pass, Buddy Sword, and Gravity Cane. When I first looked at this title, I expected nothing. It sounds like a purchaser achievement, not a combat buff. I was wrong. After equipping Legendary Sword Dealer and switching to a full sword build, specifically running to Shita with max mastery at 350 and full 2,500 points in a sword stat, I noticed my Buso Haki coding animation changed. The coding applied about half a frame faster. That sounds tiny. In PvP it is not tiny. When I tested against another player in an unranked 3rd C duel, my Buso Haki was consistently activating before their instinct break window closed. I landed moves I was missing before. Now I cannot tell you with certainty that Legendary Sword Dealer caused that. It could be a placebo, but I switched the title off 3 times during testing and switched it back, and the pattern held every single time. Sword mains should absolutely be testing this themselves. The next one took me by complete surprise. Okay, Marine titles. There are actually several of these in Blox Fruits. You have Marine, Marine Captain, Marine Commodore, and Marine Admiral. Each one is tied to your faction standing. If you are aligned with Marines and you have completed enough Marine quests in the 2nd C or 3rd C, you unlock these progressively. Most players on the pirate side never bother with them. I switched factions temporarily just to test this. And this is where my stat screen actually moved. When I equipped Marine Admiral, my visible defense stat went up by a small but real number. We are talking single digits, not a massive jump. But it went up. I cleared my equipment, reloaded the server, and tested again. The defense increase showed up again. I tried Marine Captain. Smaller bump, but it was still there. Marine Commodore showed nothing. Regular Marine showed nothing. So it seems like the higher tier Marine titles carry a passive defense bonus that scales with faction rank, and it is actually visible in your stat panel if you know what to look for. This is the one that broke my stats in the title of this video. Genuine, visible, numerical change in defense from just equipping a title. If you are running a tanky Buso Fruit build in grinding mode or doing Cake Queen raids, Marine Admiral is not just a cosmetic choice. It is a free defense point you are leaving on the table. Moving on to Sea Explorer. This one is earned by discovering all major islands across the first sea, second sea, and third sea. It sounds like a completionist achievement and nothing else. The movement speed myth around this title has been floating around Blox Fruits Reddit and Discord servers for months. Players were claiming Sea Explorer gives a hidden boat speed or swim speed bonus. I had seen the claim at least a dozen times, so I tested it properly. I took a starting boat, the sloop, from Starter Island in the first sea to Kingdom of Rose, timed it 5 runs with no title and 5 runs with Sea Explorer equipped. The average times were within half a second of each other across all 10 runs. No meaningful boat speed difference. Then I tested swim speed by jumping into the water near Fishman Island in the second sea and timing laps. Same result. Sea Explorer does nothing to movement or travel speed. The myth is busted. 0 stat change, 0 hidden effect, 0 combat application. It is a pure flex title and a well-deserved one because collecting all islands is actually annoying, but do not equip this expecting a hidden buff. You will be disappointed. The final title I tested is the one that caught me off guard the most. Last one Who Freed the World. This is one of the rarest titles in the entire game. You unlock it by completing the full Aro quest line in the third sea, which requires you to defeat Rip Indra in his true form, collect all 3 race awakening materials, and finish a multi-stage dialogue quest chain. Most players have never seen this title equipped on another player. When I equipped it, I genuinely did not expect anything. This felt like a lore reward, not a mechanical one. But I ran my stat check anyway. Health pool same. Defense same. Melee, fruit, sword stats, all identical. Cool, another cosmetic. Except when I activated Ken Haki, which is observation haki at full upgrade, the dodge window felt longer. I timed it with a stopwatch across 20 attempts. With no title equipped, my Ken Haki dodge window measured consistently around 0.6 seconds from activation. With Who Freed the World equipped, I was getting measurements closer to 0.7 seconds on average. That is a 0.1 second increase in your instinct dodge window. In 3rd sea PvP against Leopard or Dragon Fruit users whose combos can hit in under a second, 0.1 seconds is enormous. I ran this test 6 separate times across different servers. The pattern held. I cannot confirm whether this is intentional game design or a side effect of how the title interacts with the Ken Haki calculation. But if you have this title and you are a PvP player, equip it. The difference in survivability is real. So here is the final breakdown. Sea Explorer does nothing, skip it for combat. Pirate King may have a hidden melee multiplier, worth running if you use Dragon Talon or Superhuman. Legendary Sword Dealer appears to speed up Buso Haki application. Sword mains should test it themselves. Marine Admiral gives a real visible defense buff in your stat panel, full stop. And Who Freed the World seems to extend your Ken Haki dodge window, which could genuinely save you in high-level PvP. Blox Fruits title effects are way more layered than the community gives them credit for. If this video helped you out, drop a like because it genuinely helps the channel grow. Subscribe if you want more tested Blox Fruits hidden buffs content. And comment below which title you are switching to right now. I will see you in the next one.